Through our podcast, Nancy, we tell the stories of LGBTQ folks. And what we love about it is we get to let people be the narrators and the protagonists of their own stories. It's not somebody else coming in and sort of doing like a National Geographic, this is what queer people do. It's people getting to really tell their own truth, tell their own experience with a lot of pride, which I like.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see that too.
Just Jane Goodall amongst the queers.
You get really personal stories from people that maybe don't quite have their voices out there as much, like a teenager in Alaska who wants to go to prom in drag. Like, you don't hear about that very often. I like being able to let other people tell their stories on the show that may not be able to in other places. I tend to work my things out on the podcast, and I'm not done yet. I'm still figuring myself out, and I don't know, doing it publicly, I think hopefully lets other people know that it's okay to work themselves out too. Nobody has it all figured out right away when you discover you're queer.
You learn it's actually much more authentic to say, I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to listen to people when they tell me their truth. Pride is at a really interesting inflection point where a lot of people are discussing, like, what does this thing actually mean? Is it just a parade for fun, or is it about talking about rights, or is it talking about the work that we still need to do? And I feel like the answer is somewhere in the middle, but there's lots of people having really interesting discussions about it.
Pride to me was always a giant queer safe space that I don't tend to have on a daily basis. So I've always felt every time I've gone to Pride, it was like a nice place where I can be out and not have to worry as much. Even if it's filled with a lot of straight people. I was like, you guys support us, so it's kind of safe, maybe. I don't know. Representation-wise, we are not at the place where we should or need to be.
There's not enough queer Asians out there who get to have a platform and talk about, identity and also be like the main storytellers or the stars of anything. Neither of us are natural stars, I would say.
Performers. I am not a performer.
But there's something that feels important about laying our stakes down of like, we are queer Asians and we're gonna be visible.